Spiderverse versus the Venomverse is actually good, huh? I didn't see this coming by any sense of the stretch of the imagination. Did not see this coming at all. Every single Spiderverse comic book story they've ever made was bad. Every single Venomverse story they've ever made, pretty sure there's only one, was bad. So they put the two of them together and they somehow come out with gold? I'm shocked. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm here for it. Don't worry. I'm purchasing it. I'm supporting it, and I'm reading it, and we're going to talk about it today. Why this book is so shockingly good. We knew that Spiderverse versus Venomverse was going to be an event, and each of them got their own one-off book, okay? We had the Spiderverse book where they were going to pull one Spider-Man character out of 3 different stories, and then we had a Venomverse book that was equally the same. The Spider-Man story was really good, honestly. Usually these anthologies could just be one-off stories and they're kind of boring. And one of these was. It was like the Hulk Spider-Man story. I'm not going to lie, it was whatever. But then you got 2 amazing stories, right? You have this vampire Spider-Man story and Mary Jane's a vampire hunter. Holy moly, was this amazing. Strongly suggest everybody reads it. It's so good. But this champion was not chosen to join the Spider-Verse team. It was actually the next character shown off, a Prowler Spider-Man. This is Miles Morales from a different universe. And in this universe, he's both the Spider-Man and he is also Prowler. And he's actually selected to be chosen for the Spider-Verse team for the event Spider-Verse versus Venomverse. He seems really cool. He seems awesome. And he seems badass. So I love that he was chosen. Then you look at the Venomverse side of things and it's a bit odder, right? I'm not gonna lie. There's like a story about like a Venom rat and I think that was a little mid-pack. But the real main thing about the Venomverse story that was great was it gives us an actual character for the Venom team who's supposed to be the lead. They actually don't use Venom from 616 to be the mainline Venom of this Venomverse. They go to a different universe and they get an Eddie Brock Venom who actually killed his universe's Spider-Man, and he feels horrible for it and tries to live up to the best he can to the Spider-Man name. This is the leader of the Venomverse team. The Spider-Verse team's leader is actually just the 616 Spider-Man. They pull him right out of 616. And you got your teams, ready? You have the Spider-Verse team of the Miles Morales Spider-Man I told you about already from an alternate universe. You have 616 Peter Parker Spider-Man. Everybody knows who this guy is. He's like the most published character in Marvel history. You have Weapon 8. We've already seen him from another Spider-Verse event, the Spider Society event. This is like a mixture of Cyclops, Wolverine, and Peter Parker all as one character. It's pretty crazy. You have Spider-Ham. We all know Spider-Ham, right? He's appeared in adaptations. He's actually appeared in Ultimate Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse movie, and he's in this event as well. And then lastly, there's like an OC character. I don't really know her. She's like this. She looks cool. She looks great, but I don't really know her. But moving on to the Venom side, they have the Anne Wang, which we know of from the Venomverse story. They have the Eddie Brock we just talked about from the other storyline as well. There's an unknown character here. And then you got like these cool, super dope looking Venom characters. And those are your teams. For me, what I really like about this versus a lot of the other Spider-Man stories, they don't all feel like OCs, right? They don't all feel like original characters, especially the Spider-Man team. We all know 616 Spider-Man. They gave the Miles Morales Spider-Man the anthology story before this. We all know Weapon 8 Spider-Man from multiple Spider-Verse stories at this point. We all know Spider-Ham from multiple stories at this point. Like, that's a lot of freaking characters we already know of, so it's pretty cool for us to not have to just learn the team as the story goes on. We already have some sentiments towards these characters already. They're already pulling on our heartstrings because we already know these characters. It helps them feel more like actual characters rather than just characters to be killed off when you actually know of them. They have story behind them. They're not just put on the page to die. But why is this good, right? Outside of the fact that we know the characters from the Spider-Man side and the Venom side look really cool and they look interesting, why is this a good story so far? Why is this a good storyline, right? What does it do to make it so great? I think overall, the thing that really hits home for me that makes me love this book so far, and I hope they continue it, is it shows just how truly alike both Peter Parker Spider-Man and Eddie Brock's Venom are, and their stories are. They really are just like a flip of a coin. They are one in the same. This book I have right here, it does such a phenomenal job of showing you both of their stories and how they could be pictured in the exact same light. It is such a fun and interesting read on this part alone. I can't get over it personally. Just seeing how they both like love the powers they got originally, a little too much originally. They didn't really both understand the responsibility that came with their powers. Like, this dichotomy is awesome. Showing of Noel and the showing of the Inheritors. I loved all of this. I thought it was so freaking great. Like, to me, this is really pulling on what makes these stories so good. You're using the history, whether people like it for good or for bad, and you're going to use it all, and you're going to try and make it work for the story you're trying to tell while painting your own story as well. This is exactly how comics should be done. Stop just throwing away what's happened before. What's happened before should matters. The fact that I read all these comics should matter. I shouldn't have to keep reading comics and then the next day they just don't matter anymore. That's really honestly a very good point about this book that I love. It has lasting characters and it pulls on their histories. It doesn't just make up a new history for each character and say run with it. Like, no. It's really awesome in that sense. I also like how both the stories kind of shatter the notions of the Spiderverse and the Venomverse, because in my opinion, both of these verses are horrible. I don't want to say they're both horrible completely, because the Spiderverse movies are amazing. They're superb. They're astounding. I love them all. And I just have to get that out of the way. But like the Spiderverse comics, they're awful. They're dreadful. They're tragic. And the Venomverse was just as well, especially the death of the Venomverse. Somehow getting rid of the bad universe that they created was even worse than the universe they created. But I digress. It shatters both of these universes, and it gives us something that could be better in the future. In this storyline, they have how it's like the Spider-Verse's web trying to expand and maintain timeline, and then the symbiote hive mind trying to expand and maintain and like keep growing forever. And the two of them finally have hit a point in which neither of them can grow anymore without taking out the other. So essentially, they've assembled their own team so that they can have a battle amongst them, and whoever wins will survive. The other side will cease to exist. What makes this so good in the storyline is because, like I said, both the Spider-Verse and the Venomverse stories suck. Let's shatter everything we know about them. The Web of Life and Madam Web and all that stuff, cut it out. Get rid of it. Nobody likes it anyways. I'm glad they're getting rid of it. The Venomverse and the hive mind, they talking about how this hive mind of the symbiote runs deeper than the King in Black. This runs across multiple dimensions. They said it's like a die that's infinitely sided. Like, that's what they talked about with this. And I think that's awesome, right? Because what we had before was terrible. What we had before was awful. It's crazy too, because I just talked about how the history of these characters is being pulled, and it makes it such a great story. The storyline's also destroying all the stuff nobody really liked before. Like, it's just like, look, Madam Web is the keeper of the Web of Life, but like, this is way more than the Web of Life. This is bigger than that, buddy. Don't worry about that stuff. It's like, oh, well, honestly good, because I didn't want to worry about that stuff anymore. I thought that stuff was pretty stupid. The last thing I will say about this book that I really am loving so far, it's the very first issue, but I'm loving it, man, is this Eddie Brock's regret for killing his Peter Parker. Spider-Man and Venom meet each other and they're about to go to battle. Spider-Man's like, are you Eddie Brock in there? And then Venom's like, yeah. And then he's like, I'm gonna come, blah, blah, blah. He's like, they essentially say something along the lines of how like Venom killed his version Spider-Man. And then they're about to go to battle, and that's when Spider-Man's like, or Venom stops the battle, and right before it begins, he's like, I wasn't saying that to threaten you. I was saying that as like an admission of guilt, man. Like, that stuff eats at me. I'm trying to be a better person. And he's like, if I knew the Peter Parker that you are supposed to be, like, you wouldn't just try and kill an entire line of an alien race. You wouldn't just genocide this entire alien race. And then Spider-Man's like, I mean, yeah, I don't want to do that either, buddy. Like, I wasn't planning on doing that. We'd have to find a way around this. So then Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Eddie Brock Venom choose to have like this secret alliance team up with one another so that they can hopefully try and fix things and make sure everybody survives and no one has to die. That's awesome. That's exactly how I want Eddie Brock and Peter Parker characterized nowadays. Let their friendship grow. I know these aren't the Eddie Brock that we all know of, so it's not the exact same, but it's a story where Spider-Man and Venom are finally teaming up again. It's a 616 Spider-Man. Venom is literally essentially knows the 616 Spider-Man the way he's talking about it. Like, this is awesome, man. It's so cool to see these characters finally team up, and they're working against these... I can't even speak about how powerful these gods are because I don't know how far their power runs. And the two of them are choosing to just be like, it's more important we work together than listen to what these gods say. And I love that, man. It's a really cool characterization for the characters I love. I personally strongly suggest everybody picks up this book if they can. It's been really fun and good. I really hope I don't have to eat crow by the end of this storyline. It just sucks out of nowhere because so far I really liked it. There's like maybe like one or two things I'm not a big fan of, like Spider-Man saying like the symbiote gives you a power boost and messes with your ego. Didn't really used to happen back in the day, but I guess with some characters nowadays, they've established that it happens more so. Like, you can definitely argue that characters get stronger with them, but Spider-Man never did. Either way, I digress. I'm loving the book. Strongly suggest you all read it. Check it out, man. Let me know what you guys think. If you have read the book, please comment down below and let me know what you think of the book. I would love to hear everybody's opinion. And I think that's going to be it for me in this video. Yeah, dunk out. Peace.